Good morning, guys. Good morning. Not much. I don't have much to say today either. Just looking at overall my flows on options. Everything on SPX and everything else. Is even though this chart looks like it's ran up a lot, but there's still flows out there which will hold this chart up as of now, right? Until we get some new stuff into the in options or something. We do have a VEX expiration, right? Tomorrow, and then we have FOMC, and then we have on Friday the MOPEX, the monthly option expiry. But the only thing I can do is what we can go over here is the technical analysis of the chart on the daily, right? A huge move up. I really did not expect this straight line up, to be honest. I was expecting some struggle at the 4,000, which happened, and then the same thing at 4,100, 4,200 for maybe a retest, which also did not happen. But luckily, because I have some information on my hands on gamma and options, I did not short this market. If I did not go long here, I did not short it either, because I was still seeing flows to the upside, and which I was like, is it really going to happen? And you know what? Well, it did. We're here at 4,300. Anything's possible in the markets, but for me, I missed this rally fine, but not shorting it was a win for me, right? Save your account, protect your gains. So that's what I did personally, right? But here, now that we go back to October 2021, we are at this support of 2021, which is now turning into resistance, and then obviously we have some resistance here, right? So this is a very important area of 4,300. What exactly happens here? Does the market flag here and hold above it and go higher? Does it go towards 4,400, or do they consolidate here and then we finally see some reversion back to 4,000, which is good for an uptrend, I guess. I mean, a test of 4,100, even 4,000, these gap fills will not be bad given the overall macro look of the markets. All right, and but for now, that's all I'm looking at. Let's see what happens in this area. The flows yesterday were supportive again when they were buying 431, 432s on SPY, right? When they started off with 430, then Qs 330 was huge, then eventually 333 on Qs was huge, right? And the market held up. All right, and IWM, they have some negative gamma in 198, 197, but they turned that into flow too at the end of the day. But that was something to keep in my mind, that it might not happen, but at the end of the day they ran it. Okay, so for this 4,300 zone, let's see what happens here. I really don't know, right? I said this here as well. I said that here as well, that's hard for me to play calls going long here a little bit. I'll say the same thing here. For me, it's still hard, which is fine. I don't mind sitting and just not doing nothing, right? That's my trading style. Patience is one of my biggest qualities, and I will practice it if I have to practice it more. But that's just me. But that does not mean that the market is not going to go up, right? For now, 4,300 is a big number that we have on SPX. Let's see what happens here, and if we can flag above it and some consolidation, then maybe I can think of going long if I need to, or do I need to go short, right? Let's see what happens. I think August it's holding. Let's see what happens in September. But for now, 4,300. No idea what happens here. Really have no idea. After today and tomorrow, maybe I might have a better idea into MOPEX when the more flows come in. Okay, and if we go on the monthly on SPX, looks like nothing really happened. It was just a dip and then a nice recovery similar to right here, which you guys saw in 2020. Does that same thing happen here? As a stock market, anything is possible, but at the same time, I do believe, like my own personal opinion, that in the coming months, maybe later on in this year, maybe next year, that we might break this low for once, which is a possibility. Now, do I have to be right? Absolutely not. We can continue going up from here, which I'm also open-minded to. Like, I'm not going to ignore it, right? So I'm not stuck to my bias, but overall, anything is possible. Let's see what happens at 4,300. So far, it just looks like it's a dip in the market, and we're just running up, right? So let's see how long this goes and what happens. Okay, anything is possible with this market. A lot of news. Let's just look at the rates. What's happening at the rates? Let me just remove this. Okay, so on the monthly is a dip by consolidation. So we are at 2.8. It looks like it wants to go back up to 3 at least, and maybe let's see what happens. Right, so that's something I'm keeping an eye on for the long run. TLT had a lot of negative gamma build up recently, and rates have been holding, as we can see. So one or the other, either rates will go up and TLT might come down a bit, or rates will slow down, consolidate, go down, whatever may happen, and then TLT slowly grinds back up bonds. All right, so that's something to keep an eye on. Also keep an eye on this, the high yield corporate bond. This had nice little inflows. When this keeps going up, this is sometimes good for tech, right? And we can see the results, right? JNK I also keep an eye on, right? It moves similar to HYSG, and this they move the same because they're both corporate high yield bonds. And dollar, let's see what dollar is doing. Dollar 107, but lately, if you realize, the market is not really doing what the dollar is doing. Dollar went up the last 3 days, but the market also went up. So we need to understand right now they're not in correlations. Right now we don't have that. So maybe it's something to do with the rates overall with the other currencies as well, right? So even though the dollar is going up, the market is holding along with it. All right, that's something to think about, something to keep in mind, because here the market was very correlated with the dollar. It was inversion, right? But now the market also went up, so did the dollar, right? So don't be just looking at that factor. So there's more to it, right? Let's see how this plays out. If it goes above 107, 108, then yes, we might see some weakness in the markets. But for now, make sure you guys look at the rates overall as a whole. All right, Euro USD is one that I'm really paying attention to. If this breaks the low of 1, if this breaks the low of 1 in the coming month, definitely won't be good, that I know. And then we'll see what happens. But for now, it's holding. Let's see if it can reverse from here, or what happens. All right, and what else we have here? Dollar rates, currency. Apple, just absolutely amazing. Just insane. My only one equity pickup, even though when I thought Apple was gonna go lower, I did pick up some equity at 140, a scale in around these levels, which was a great scale in. It went down, and now that same equity is up huge, right? It's up almost $33 on Apple. That's huge, right? That's even better than options if I compare, right? So that's great. Maybe I'll scale some out at 180 if I need to, or else I'll just hold it, because I do think that we might lose it. We might come down a bit after. But on Apple, if we go on the monthly chart, this looks like it wants to go higher. It wants to take out the all-time highs and go towards 200, 225, which is possible, right? And if that happens, then obviously there will be a lift in the market as well, right? Netflix, another stock, is a trade of the week from LB. Keep an eye out above 250. 250 is very sticky on the gamma right now. 250 level is very sticky. Just keep an eye on this name, see if it goes higher. All right, but 250 is very sticky on Netflix. All right, and above 250 hold, it can definitely go higher, but 250 is a must. This is the magic number. Well, not the magic number, but the high gamma 250. Not sure why this is happening, but yeah, 250. So keep an eye on 250 on Netflix. And Baba, Chinese names are a bit weak again. They are a bit weak again in our pre-market. That's the only thing with them, gap up and down. That's why I don't play them. I avoid them. Nothing too great on them, even on monthly, right? Making a little candle, and there's nothing. They're not moving, right? The delisting news has totally killed the Chinese stocks for now, until we see further inflows into them, right? Or some positive news at least, right? Gagan Andrew, what's up? I'm just recording this a bit early. Walmart, nice beat, right? Their expectations were already low, so made no sense to short this at all, and upside was very likely because they recovered this move pretty fast. The gap up is not too impressive, but still, I mean, $5, not bad. And let's see what happens from here. Can we go for this gap fill? Home Depot, I don't think it moved too much pre-market, just down a few bucks, right? Even this, I think, can take out yesterday's highs. If the market remains strong and it runs, this can also go, right? Costco is up a bit pre-market, and we had this trend line which it faked us out, right? On Costco, I was waiting for the 535 and under legit hold. It faked out, and here now it's just gapped up and going. It's at 551, and 550 is a huge gamma level on Costco, and there's one other level on Costco which is 570 that has a lot of gamma exposure to it, right? Underneath we have 537ish, but if we hold above 550, this can go towards 570. It can actually do something like this. This is a very popular pattern in the stock market. A bull flag kind of a pattern breaks out, it goes up, it consolidates here, it comes back, and then it comes back lower, right? And then maybe it reverses in the coming months. So in September 1st or 2nd week, I'm expecting this to lower, but for now, Costco is strong. I'm just gonna avoid it for now, because this fake out on the trend line is right back up. So manage the trades. 535 under hold never happened on this name. All right, and apart from that, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys back in the chat. On voice chat, I give good gamma exposure reports all day. It's open to everyone, for free members as well, right? Yesterday I didn't see a trade for myself, so I did not trade, except Apple long swing puts with the Yash, which is a small scale if we do get the pullback sometime this week or next week. And with that,